Let me also take this opportunity to welcome that group from Chogoria constituency in the Tharaka-Nithi County. Honorable Speaker, this, I hear the Honorable member for Buri saying it is PCA. I wanted to say these are very good people from Chogoria. As he says, it is a home of, the second home of the Scottish missionaries who established the Presbyterian Church of East Africa when they first arrived in Kibwezi, before they moved on to the cooler areas of Kikuyu. The only other place they found that was as cool and as good as Kikuyu was Chogoria. And therefore, I want to take this opportunity to welcome these visitors to the house. And the people of the Tharaka-Nithi, or otherwise known as the Stronghold, are very good people. I was in Chogoria last week accompanying the president on the tour of the mountain. And the people of the Tharaka-Nithi and Chogoria can tell you that indeed the mountain is intact. Those people who claimed to have written a will on behalf of the people of Mount Kenya, even the visitors here today will tell you that they have the capacity to make decisions on who to vote for, including their member of parliament and other leaders, without having to look at wills written by individuals. And indeed, when we went to Chogoria, the people of Chogoria told us last week that if anybody wants to do a will, you do a will for your wife, your two boys, and any other any others that you may have out there, but not for the people of Kenya, the people of Chogoria, or the people of Mount Kenya. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The Honorable David Cheng, the minority leader. Can I give a minority leader just before you, because you had caught the speaker's eye, but I'm sure you respect your own minority leader here.
Floor for him.
Thank you.
I think this is the longest I've had to wait to speak. The Speaker, I want to agree with the Honorable Junet, who is my friend, on all he has said. Mr. Speaker, the Senate amendments to the Houses of Parliament bill are all, in my opinion, in bad faith, and they must all be rejected. Mr. Speaker, I've said here, and I want to repeat, that in 236 years, the Senate in the US has never sued the House of Representatives, and vice versa. 236 years. And wherever even a citizen has gone to court to get this issue to fight, the courts have said no, not our province, not our jurisdiction. So, Mr. Speaker, I believe that the first sin in this case was by the High Court in 2013 to get into this arena of adjudicating what will come here and what will go to the Senate. It was wrong. And I'm happy that the Supreme Court now has set the record straight. Good practice, neatness, cordiality requires that the two houses should never have to sue each other. They should never have to take each other to court, because these are adults. This is the highest body of lawmaking in the country. Not just highest body, it's the, in my opinion, the most powerful arm of government, because they can impeach a president. We just impeached a deputy. They cannot be showing bad manners or going to court against each other, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, I agree with the Supreme Court on what they have just decided on. Mr. Speaker, I believe also that there was a misunderstanding, in my opinion, when we started implementing devolution. Where some people gave themselves the job of, in quotes, protecting devolution. Some people gave themselves a job of, in quotes, protecting counties. Mr. Speaker, if you look at how much money counties spend on legal fees, how much money the Council of Governors spend on legal fees, how much this Parliament has spent on legal fees, as in too much smoke, no heat, causing confusion, putting us in a situation where people think that we are fighting, and there's nothing to fight about, Mr. Speaker. So, as you go forward, Mr. Speaker, I want to request the Senate that today, as we speak, there's no county in this country 13 years later that has running water in every home. There's no county where there's running water in every home. There's no county in this country today where you'll go to a dispensary and you find that there's uniform service in every dispensary. There's none. There's no country today in this country where agriculture is run well. On the contrary, Mr. Speaker, we have allowed the county government to replicate the structure of national government, where there are people they call ministers, there are those they call PSS, there are those they call directors, and then they come here crying that they have no money to spend. Why would a county government have structures like the one in national government? There is so much the Senate could make laws on. So much. The Speaker, when I hear Senate talk about our military, talk about our foreign relations, and there's so much that is not working in the counties. What the Honorable Senator had just said. You already have so much power, you're not using. And you want to amass more. So, Speaker, it is not their province, and I'm happy with what has just been said this afternoon, Mr. Speaker. Devolution was meant to help people make decisions at the grassroots. I'm certain that out of the 47 governors, 3/4 of them live in Nairobi. You will meet them in Nairobi almost every week. Every week you meet them in Nairobi. Either someone by the Senate or just here, mang around Nairobi. Mr. Speaker, in fact, I believe that this assembly must descend into that arena. We cannot close our eyes anymore, Mr. Speaker, and leave it to the Senate. It is this assembly that must now discipline how counties work. In fact, I want to request my minority leader and majority leader that those things that the Senate has been doing to us taking powers of the National Assembly, you must start doing going forward. Go and do work of the counties. Make sure that the Senate is doing its work, and if they're not doing their job, we'll start summoning governors. Let the governors come to our committee, JELAC, answer questions on legal affairs. If they cannot answer questions on how they use their monies, let PSC summon them. Because the Senate has refused to do its work. So, Mr. Speaker, the Supreme Court has done something that's very commendable. And we hope that this ends this cat and mouse drama. We hope that this ends these cat fights. Because, Mr. Speaker, as you may be aware, last month, we've just finished the process of unbundling the functions. How I wish the Senate was pushing today for costing of those functions and ensuring that money is going down following those functions. So, Speaker, we have a commission of 7 commissioners called CRA, whose only job is to work on a formula of distributing money between national government and county governments. It's only job, and they are full-time commissioners. And the Senate is just watching. The Speaker, the work of entrenching devolution in this country requires forethought, requires deep understanding of the work that is needed, requires sitting back and saying, I'm now a senator. What can I do to ensure that the county governments work well? Oh no. When teachers are being employed, senators want to get involved. When they're doing housing policy, they want to get involved. When they're sending police to Haiti, they want to get involved. There is so much to be done in the counties. Sports is almost dead. Our industries will be mounted, and this country will grow on the back of industrial development in the counties. Mr. Speaker, I want to request the Senate and my friend senators. You will do well in having a model law on health for the counties to follow. You will do well in having a model law on agriculture for the counties to follow. You will do well in having a proper sports law for the counties to emulate so that they are able to develop sports and work well with sports. You'll do well in having a proper law to guide ECD and early childhood learning. Mr. Speaker, they will do well in ensuring that the county governments they have today are planning well their counties. Mr. Speaker, the county governments require guidance. And whose role on who is the grandfather to ensure that this guidance is given is the Senate. I will request the Senate to reread the Constitution and get to know what are their functions. Can they, for a single moment, work on their functions so that the county governments are able to work well? Mr. Speaker, as I yield the floor, and request again the two speakers of our houses, but please, don't get distracted on the journey you've started of ensuring that we're not going to court again. Don't get distracted.
Half a minute.
On cordiality. And finally, Mr. Speaker, I want to request also the management of Parliament that please, let's not spend any more cent, any more time in supporting any court cases between and among these houses of Parliament. I yield. Thank you.
MP for Kajiado Central.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. And Honorable Speaker, before I delve on the matter of the Supreme Court, Honorable Speaker, allow me to pass my condolences to the passing of...
Are you on a point of order, the Honorable Atandi? Ordinarily, I'm used to you sitting on this side of the aisle, but now I can see you. Proceed, Honorable Atandi. And
Honorable Speaker,
what's your point of order?
Honorable Speaker, I stand on a rise on standing order number 95.
Yes.
To say that I've read the mood of the House and seen that members are in agreement that we reject all the amendments from the Senate. Yes. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, I would like to suggest that we call the mover to reply. Yes. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker.
Order, honorable members, order. Order. The Honorable Member of Parliament. Is it Mugirango West? Yes, it's Mugirango West. Okay, fair enough. The Honorable Atandi, the chair has a responsibility to protect the minority in the House. I know the standing order. I also know another standing order that says allow people to say what they want to. Honorable, proceed, Honorable Memusi. I'll give one or two more people and the members of Parliament and then.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. As I was saying, allow me first of all to give my condolences to the family of the late Honorable Teya, who was the immediate outgoing women rep for Kajiado County. Honorable Speaker.
Listen to Honorable Memuse. He is giving condolences on an old colleague who has since passed on.
Thank you.
You should be quiet and listen.
Thank you, proceed. Honorable Speaker. And colleagues should really have some respect for their own. Honorable Speaker, allow me to give condolences to the family of the late Honorable Teya, who was the immediate outgoing women rep for Kajiado County. Honorable Speaker, I know a lot has been said about Honorable Teya. We served with her in the 11th Parliament and the 12th Parliament, and she was an exceptional lady who scaled up despite all odds, despite being able differently. She became a leader and an outstanding one. Today, Kajiado County mourns a lady who was exceptional because she was not deterred by her disability. Honorable Speaker, Teya, despite Kajiado County being extremely vast, she tried to traverse the entire county. She went to rural places. I remember one meeting that really touched the hearts of women in my constituency, that she showed up despite the fact that it had rained heavily, and even some people who did not have any challenges, physical challenges, would not dare use the bad roads to reach the venue. But she made an effort and she got there. She was an exceptional lady, and I pass my condolences to her and her family, especially her children. Having said that, Honorable Speaker, allow me to also contribute my voice to the ruling of the Supreme Court. And Honorable Speaker, let me start by saying that the judiciary, through the Supreme Court, have done a great thing for this country.
Honorable Mahmoud said the matter before the House is not the ruling of the Supreme Court.
The
matter before the House is a Senate bill.
It's
so
a
you
Senate
either
bill.
oppose that
Yes.
bill or you support it.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
But you can use the Supreme Court
It's a
medical
Supreme
ruling
Court
in
ruling.
collaboration.
Yes, in collaboration. Thank you, Speaker, for the guidance. Honorable Speaker, the work of the judiciary is interpretation of the laws. And through the Supreme Court, the judiciary has interpreted an area that we willingly allowed it to become a gray area, because in the Constitution, it was very clear the functions of the two houses. Very clear. Honorable Speaker, the drafters of our Constitution envisaged a great country when they came up with devolution. And when they came up with devolution, they looked for a way of a house that will oversight counties. The main reason for Kenyans' agitation for devolution was for services, was for resources to go down to them. It was for the people to be able to rule themselves. It was for the people to be able to make decisions directly that affect them. Honorable Speaker, the Senate was supposed to make devolution work. The Senate was supposed to make Kenyans feel the importance of devolution. But unfortunately, the Senate has failed in its role. Honorable Speaker, the mess in counties, every county in this republic, you find very junior officers, so-called revenue officers, moving around collecting money from poor Kenyans. Not for that money to go to the coffers, the taxpayers' kitty, but for that money to go into people's pockets. You would find revenue officers moving around markets, taking 50 shillings, 100 shillings from very poor women who are struggling. You would find very junior officers taking money from sand harvesters, and very odd businesses that Kenyans are trying to make ends meet. All this money is going to wastage, and senators are busy running around, crisscrossing on the functions of the national government. You find the Senate summoning the CS Defense. What business does Senate have with the defense of this country? What business? Honorable Speaker, that ruling, despite the Constitution having been very clear on the mandate of the two houses, but that ruling puts the Senate in its place. So with those few, Honorable Speaker, I submit. Thank you.
The Honorable Sunkuya, and then followed by the Honorable Member of Parliament from Mugirango West.
Thank you, the Honorable Speaker. And before I contribute to the ruling, Mr. Speaker, sir, allow me to convey my gratitude. Condolences to the family of
Honorable Oundo.
Honorable Janet.
Here, the Honorable MP for Kajiado West in silence.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to convey my my condolences to the family of the late Honorable Janet Eya, who was the women rep for Kajiado County 2017 to 2022, and nominated member of Parliament 2013 to 2017. And despite her how she was, but she was able to stand to lead the people of Kajiado, to beat a number of leaders who compete with 2017. She's a person who actually came from the interior, and he has done a lot to the people of Kajiado. He has passionate. She's a leader who actually demonstrated to his people. Mr. Speaker, so I want to say apology to the people of Kajiado and the family. Before ending and contributing to the bill, what the Senate is doing, the honorable members who are loitering around Parliament, who are not understanding their function, who are not understanding their role, their oversight, coming around Parliament. And instead of taking oversight to their counties, going to their counties and taking a lot of money, collaborating with the governors, without even offering even a project. Mr. Speaker, actually, even the Constitution, if it happened for us, again, to go for the